Ladies and gentlemen, you have now entered the precipice of greatness. Welcome to Live from the Bench with JQ.
You sure look like a master to me.
And Boulevard.
I want to hear about this, homie.
So forget about it, cuz.
Round 1, fight.
Asotwati. What's up, everybody? This is GQ, and I'm here with Boulevard, and we are LFTB The Bench. And we about to give you a nice pre-playoff weekend episode. Technically, it's a playoff weekend episode, but whatever.
You're struggling with that.
Yeah. I've been struggling with a lot of things all week. It's been a rough week.
Like what? What you been struggling with?
So,
fans want to know what goes on in the wacky world of GQ.
So with the arena team, I have an owner who likes to sign a bunch of players. I mean, I don't like. I think it's an annoying process because we're going through the process of getting everybody the numbers they want, and then we're going to have to. Like, I think we have about 80 players right now. We have to get the roster down to 30. So that's going to be fun for me because I'm going to be making phone calls.
Right.
So that's part of my week. And then I started coaching my son's soccer team. So,
But you don't know the second thing about soccer.
I don't know the slightest thing about soccer. I was just picking it up as I went. I was just like, yeah, that looks right.
Now, this, as far as the strategery and all that, yeah, you might want to go get a book like Soccer for Dummies or something. But
see, all I got is these. I'm gonna raise my my football literature. Hoping to have a whole library within the next year or so.
My soccer knowledge is not strong at all, but
yeah.
Yeah.
And then what else went down? Oh yeah, the router went. So we were waiting, and they wanted us to pay for it, and said, "Yeah, we get the router fixed by the 16th." And I was like, "I guess we're gonna be freaking screwed till the 16th." And then my wife was like, "No, we're just gonna go with somebody else." And we got a new router. Came in, beautiful looking thing. It tells the time. You'd look at it and wouldn't know it was a router.
That's fancy.
Yeah.
You got a clock.
So you got a new router. Yeah. So it's cool.
How far we've come. We got clocks that give you internet now.
Yeah. It's called a phone. Well, that one isn't a phone, but our clocks do give us internet. But anyway.
And our clocks make phone calls now.
Yeah.
Although nobody does that anymore.
I remember when the iPod first came out, it was like a big thick thing. It looked like the size of a phone is today. And
Right.
you use it for music. And then somebody decided, let's make the screen bigger and allow people to make phone calls from it. And that's how the iPhone was born. They took the original iPad and put telephone stuff in it.
And I remember having a beeper that told you what the sports score was. But it got there like 18 hours after the fact. Maybe even longer. A beeper. That was in the 90s.
I was just having this conversation with my wife the other day about that. Because we were trying to tell our kids how stuff evolved over the years. We were talking about the Tamagotchi. Start talking about Skip It. We're talking about sock and boppers and moon shoes. And my son was like, I saw the commercial for moon shoes. They make you jump to the moon. And I had to look at him for a second like, do you believe that? Because even if that were true, I don't think it'd be legally allowed to have it.
No.
So that was just a fun conversation. Yeah, that was a fun conversation I had with my kids. But unfortunately,
Thing of all, there's a counter on this ball.
Try to beat your very best score. See if you can skip a whole lot more.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm
I
glad I'm
remember.
not the only one who remember that song.
Oh no.
Sock 'em
Sometimes I just sing to
boppers.
myself the Crossfire song. From the game Crossfire, that commercial. Crossfire.
Yeah, I remember.
Oh shit.
Remember Gigapets and
Have a game yet
Tamagotchis?
with the soccer? Do you have a game yet?
No, not yet. And they weren't even supposed to practice. They just wanted to get the players out there and get them indoors and get some training.
Makes sense.
But enough of the good fun stuff, the gold what's the word? Wholesome stuff out of the way.
Yeah.
I gotta reveal something negative that everybody's gonna hate. It's like, no, they're not gonna hate it. We've been doing this all year. We do it every week, mainly me. I give you guys the assault, not assault, the ass of the week. But now I give you what Boulevard calls the ass of the week of the year. I call it the assaultwati. Sounds assaultwati.
Hmm. Sounds like it goes on rice.
Yes.
Mm.
So without further ado, everybody, let me give you my assaultwati, the ass of the week of the year. My ass of the week of the year. Usually my ass of the week is like me trolling a bit, but it's like me being an asshole, me being the biggest ass of the week. But this one is actually something that I actually put some work into, actually thought about it. And I had to put my bias aside to give us the ass of the week. The
Okay.
ass of the week of the year. And my ass of the week of the year is Geno Smith.
Okay. Go on. Did not see that.
Because I feel like no one's regressed more than he did this year.
Mm.
And I don't believe it was his fault. But Chip Kelly was already fired, and I had to blame somebody
Mm.
for Geno Smith. And who else can you blame but Geno Smith?
Yeah,
So,
it is kind of disappointing, but there's so many things you can say in his defense, but you're just making excuses for the fact that, yeah, he did. He had a hand in it. He's not blameless
mhm,
in that matter because he had success with the same coach. What, a year before last year,
mhm,
2 years ago, something along those lines. And well, Carroll and Gino, Pete and Gino had success together. They made it to the playoffs together. So the expectations would be at least a competent thing on product on the field. But yeah, Chip was there. Chip fucks up anything he touches unless it's in
yes,
college.
he
He
does.
has total omnipotent control of the offense. And not just, grown ass men with agendas that ain't got time for this bullshit. Fucking protein shakes and all that, or whatever the hell it was in Philly. Fuck Chip Kelly. Let me be on record if I'm not already. I know I am now. Fuck Chip Kelly. Like, that's part of the problem. Another part of the problem is he didn't really have the most talent at receiver. I mean, it was a pretty shitty situation at receiver. And compared to what he had in Seattle, that's like light years apart. He had
Hmm.
Brock Bowers, but that's really all he had. Chinchi was coming into his own again. He had Chip Kelly telling him he's standing in the wrong damn way, like worrying about things like that instead of teaching him how to, block at a pro level and do things, develop him at a pro level. He's worrying about the way he's damn standing when he's had success at that. That's that mindset. I only know one way the code, one way it can be. No, you can't change it. But point being, at least half of that season, because I can't remember when Chip got fired exactly. He was working at a shit offense under a shit OC. And the second half of that is basically working in a depressed, downtrodden ass system that was barely struggling because it was never really developed, didn't have a chance to develop. So we didn't have the best situation at all. mean, it was probably the second worst quarterback situation in the league as far as what the position had to go through over the course of the season compared to what Cleveland had to go through. They're probably the only ones worse off at the quarterback position. So, I mean, that's your opinion. That's your opinion. I can't argue with dude. He did go backwards. He did fuck up the bag, as the kids say. So, yeah, I accept that. That is acceptable. Fans have to argue. They know how to reach you on our Facebook page or our YouTube page. So, go ahead. Tell him. Tell him what he thinks. Tell him if you think he is the ass of the week, of the year, of the millennium.
Oh snap! Of
Oh,
the millennium.
yeah. Maybe we'll have one of those. Maybe it'll
Yeah.
be dun dun dun. Yo, mama. Anyway,
Speaking of
Ravens
the
fired John Harbaugh after 18 damn years, or should I say, finally? What do
yeah,
you think?
I felt like this should have happened about like 3 years ago.
Mm,
Yeah, it was supposed to should have happened 3 years ago. I mean, and it's one of those. It's kind of like when they fired Andy Reid. It
right.
wasn't that. It wasn't that we thought John John Harbaugh.
John
It wasn't that
Harbaugh.
John Harbaugh was a bad coach. It was just I felt like shit runs its course, and it's just like this. It's getting to the point where Mike Tomlin's run his course in Pittsburgh. It's like let that shit go already. Like let that shit go. Um. So yeah, I felt like it was time for that to happen. He'll go somewhere else and probably be there for 2 years
Right.
because long tenures are just not a thing in the NFL anymore. So,
No.
uh,
I mean, the
like
last
you've got to
few
win a
were,
lot.
they all ended badly. They all
Hmm.
ended because, it lasted just a couple years too long. Belichick
Yeah.
hung on a couple years too long. What's his name, dude, that Jimmy Johnson replaced, hung on a couple years too long. The Pittsburgh dude, Noel, hung on a couple years too long. Yeah,
Mm.
you got to get out. And then they
Yeah.
say the players, they like to feel bad for the players who stay 1 year too long. It's the same thing with coaches. Like you should feel the writing on the wall once you start scrabbling on it. When you start seeing that shit happen, you should know. You should be getting ready to find your exit plan. You should once you've been there, say 10, 12 years, you should be looking for a replacement. You
Hmm.
should have that next up set up, or at least we'll be working on that because your time is going to be numbered at that point. They're not. I mean, you can't really feasibly, truly expect that. Hey, I'm going to be here 15 years. I'm going to be here 12 years, 10 years, because that's not the life of a coach. That works in college sometimes. Even that don't even happen as much anymore. Coach won't even stay in the same place 10 years, 5 years. So, but dude, what Wayne Kevin just left Ole Miss after 6. So you don't you take the opportunity. But I have lost my train of thought. What were we speaking on?
Coaches who spend too much time
Oh
somewhere.
yeah,
You're
Harbaugh.
right on. You're right where you need to be.
Okay, so it was time. That's
Yeah.
why when I speak, I say good riddance. It's like you said when Andy Reid left Philly, it was just time to move on. Time to go see a lawyer about his joint separation because you both agreed it'd be better if you both not around each other anymore. Because the tenure gets stale, the players get tired of your shtick. You get tired of dealing with the players' nonsense. You get tired of seeing the same faces every day. It's time to move on. It happens, especially after 18 damn years. We know he's going to hop right back up and go get another job. I mean, he doesn't have to. If I were him, I'd take a year off. Let that demand build. Go
I
over
would
all
definitely
places, see
take a year off.
what's going on. Maybe take on a consultant position where you can go take somebody's damn job next season. Like I was going to say Miami, but obviously he's gone. I don't know, some situation where a coach is kind of on the rocks. Maybe go consult, help out with their offense or something, or help out where you can because he wasn't really an offensive guy. He was just
He was a
This
special teams guy.
yeah, a special teamer. So go help day two or whoever the hell. But don't jump back into it because you don't have to. You can
Yeah,
pick and
I
choose your
wouldn't.
next spot.
If I was a head coach, like a tenured head coach, long tenured head coach, I wouldn't jump back into a head coaching role. I
Mm-mm.
would definitely take a consulting role. Maybe go back if I'm going to coach. Like I'll go sit, like really sit in a booth somewhere with zero responsibility. Be like a positions coach. Maybe get work my way right back up to a head coach. Like go positions coach, like go consultant position coordinator. Then I go right back through the whole thing because there's really no reason for me to rush back into it. The
Well,
teams nowadays are just way too bad for me to jump into.
yeah. In his case, the only thing working against him in that is age. He's already in his 60s.
Yeah,
I mean, he was there for 18 years. That's a
he
long
could.
time.
Yeah, so why don't so why not just go to Vic Fangio route? Like he is
Yeah,
up there.
right.
There's no point. There's like because nowadays what it looks like is the head coaching game is for the younger guys. The
Mm-hmm.
coordinator game is for the older guys.
Yeah,
So I think that's the route to go. That's the
right,
route he should go. Shit, but go be a special teams coordinator or
right.
go be a consultant for a young guy that needs a special team, a young team. Like it's no point in older guys in these older guys to keep personal. Like you got your tenure, walk away, walk
Mm-hmm.
away. You got your chips. Walk away. There's no point in sticking around. There's no point. I think he what was it? 2 Super Bowls he got or just one? Was it one? It
But
was
you
one.
got one. You got one.
He got one. That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. Walk away.
You're a Super Bowl winning coach. There's only but so many of those.
There's no reason to just like spend 20 years as a head coach. Or what was it? 18 doesn't matter. There's
18.
no point. You got 18 years of head coaching of winning head. Like for the most part, you was a winning head coach.
Mm-hmm.
Walk away on the high note. Walk away. Step back. Just go do something
No,
else. Maybe go to a college.
he
If
could
you
do
really
that.
want to coach
His
that bad,
brother did. His brother had success
yeah,
in college.
go coach. Go
Sure, it
coach
would be no
college.
different for him. But
Yeah.
I don't know. There's numerous places that need head coaches. So I don't. I'm sure they've all already been in contact or already done told him they'll be calling him soon. So let me ask you about that. Which one of those out of Vegas? You got Vegas, you get Brock Bowers. I don't know what the hell's going on at quarterback, and then like a high
Exactly.
draft pick. Arizona, you get Kyler Murray. You get to figure out what you're going to do with Kyler Murray. You get a few nice young pieces and Marvin Harrison Jr. And you get Tennessee. You had last year's number one pick who showed some promise at the end of the season. The Giants, Scatterbo, depending on when he gets back. Jackson Dart, Malik Neighbors, strong defense, strong offensive pieces, some pieces on defense, plus a high pick. Cleveland, which what the hell I mean? There's some youth there. There's definitely some youth there, but a lot of your money's going to a sorry ass dude that ain't even playing.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then you get the Falcons, which is like the Giants. They got a few pieces there, but that defense kind of sucks.
Yeah.
And then you get the Ravens, but you got a two-time MVP at quarterback. You got an aging Derrick Henry. And so mostly you got an two-time MVP at quarterback, but there's a lot of pieces that need to be moved on from and shuffled around, and a lot of a lot of pieces need to be filled on defense. So,
So,
oh wait, I'm not done. I'm not done. I'm not done.
oh
There's still
wait,
one
really
more.
we got more?
Yeah, forgot because not Josh McDaniels, Mike McDaniels got fired too. His sorry ass got shown the door in Miami, along with the GM earlier in the season. But yeah, so which one of those?
So, depending on the Lamar situation, because is talks that he may not be coming back to Baltimore next year.
Mm,
If I would, if you're talking about what's the most attractive, I would say I'd be waiting to see what happens there. But if I'm looking at the best opportunity, a team with like the most upside. The team with the most upside is absolutely the Tennessee Titans. And the reason why I say the Titans, like you could say the Cardinals because you can go either way with a quarterback could possibly look decent enough with the Cardinals. But I'm going to say the Titans because they're young. You're going to get Calvin Ridley back. Um, I feel like there's a lot of upside there that I feel like give Cam Ward some more opportunity, get him get him some more weapons. You can possibly turn this team into a winner. I'm not like I'm not gonna I'm not gonna rule them out as a good possible opportunity. So I don't know. It could be Miami. Miami could be the best opportunity because it doesn't look like Tua is not going anywhere. But the only thing that scares me about Miami is Tua because of that concussion. It's just like he's not healthy long term. So that's like a concern for me. Um, so two is a concern. Sorry, adjust my light.
See, I would say depending on who they hire, the
Mm-hmm.
Giants had a potential to kind of shock the world next season. There's a lot of
Well,
pieces. There's a lot there that can, and with the right guidance, can look competent. And competence, all you need to be a wild card in the AFC in the NFC.
so so the reason why, because I like if you're a coach and you want to just go to a team that can possibly win, that's I'm okay with the Giants, but that division is just like I don't know if I'd want to. I don't know if I go Giants. If I'm like, unless I'm like as a starting off a new coach just starting off, I don't know if I want to go to the NFC East because Philly's got the NFC East in the chokehold. Like they got him in the chokehold.
Yeah, but that's the only team you got to compete with in the
Yeah,
NFC.
but Dallas, none of the teams are beating Dallas relatively. Like nobody besides
Dallas
the
isn't
Eagles.
on the way up at all. Dallas isn't going up. Dallas
No,
is
they're not on the way up.
the
They're
backslide.
yeah, no,
And
Dallas isn't on the
Washington
way up.
can't find their fucking way. So the opportunity is right there to just move in there and just pretty much lock down that second spot. Only have Philly to compete with, and the Phillies, you've seen what Philly is. Philly's
Yeah,
a couple plays away from being just going a little backwards, taking a few more losses than wins too. The Eagles got lucky a few times this season. Well, not lucky,
that
but
is true.
yeah,
So I mean, it could be you could be
you,
right
you
because
get you get like look at the pieces you get neighbors, you get Scatabo, you get Dart, like so like you've got a good base right there. The other guy got fired because he was a damn idiot, and his GM didn't know what the hell he was doing, even though he got lucky a few times. But I mean, yeah, that
yeah,
defense needs some work, but there's pieces there too. Brian Burns is nice. That D tackle, I can't ever remember his damn name. There's pieces there now. There's
so
something
I
there
would
that can
say
mold it into a competent team.
absolutely, absolutely. And in another division, in a different division, I would go with the Giants in a different division. The reason why it's so hard to say I would want to be a head coach just starting off with no identity because a lot of coaches that's going to get hired have really no identity as head coaches in the NFL. I feel like I wouldn't do it. I mean, it's going to happen. Somebody's going to do it, but I know personally as a head coach coming in because there's no certainty
Mm-hmm.
that you're going to be able to win in this division because you don't know what version of the Eagles you're going to get. You don't know if the Cowboys are going to figure out that, oh shit, we have a good enough team to actually win, but we can't figure it out. You don't know if they're going to figure that shit out. You don't know if Washington's going to figure it out. We don't know if like Jaden Daniels is going to be like, I'm going to play all year.
Mm.
I'm not going to get injured this year.
Well, the
I
only big
just
change in Washington is that the OC stepped down, so that's not, probably not going to help because he left
Cliff
the
Kingsbury
team.
stepped down.
Yeah,
Oh, he's one of the head coaching jobs. He's
and
an idiot.
like the Titans, there's just not enough there. They're still a few years away,
Yeah,
and
but I feel like
Atlanta, the right offensive mind could work something out there. The same with the Giants. But I was thinking like maybe like say Harbaugh went to the Giants. You don't think
the
Harbaugh
Raven.
could get that team in shape? Harbaugh couldn't get that team to 10 wins.
Where? Which team?
The Giants.
Oh, for sure. But
Right.
the thing is about Harbaugh. I feel like
Mhm.
Harbaugh is going to want some type of what was it? He's going to want some personnel, like some personnel decisions, and I feel like Sheen doesn't really give any leeway for that. And
Well,
like you put
she ain't got much time either. So
Yeah, and I feel like until that changes, it's a very unattractive organization because he's not going to give you what you want. And I feel like the problem with New York right now, the problem with New York is that they have good pieces, but they've had just bad coaching,
mhm.
which Dayball knew. Like we learned that it was Dayball. Dayball. I don't know. It's up in
Yes,
the
firing
air.
Joe Shane would make a huge difference in what I'm talking about here. And
Yeah,
frankly, I'm amazed that he still has a job at this point. It's kind of a it doesn't make it boggles me. It doesn't make sense because it's been 2 years since he made that damn Saquon move,
yeah,
and we don't know who you want to point the blame at here, but they got rid of the coach before they got rid of the GM, and the GM bought the groceries.
yeah.
And he's the one who made the moves that got rid of Saquon and brought a Super Bowl to Philly. That in itself should have been enough to get rid of him because that showed he didn't know what to do with the talent. That showed his incompetence because it didn't do what his job was, which was to make the team better. It actually made the team significantly worse. Maybe not on a cap sheet, but what does that mean if you're not bringing in the talent? If you still have to go out and make trades to bring in the talent, then you're still not able to spend the money and go out and buy players because players still don't want to come play for you. I think players will play for Harbaugh more than they would give a damn about Shane because Shane has got one more year at best. At best. Because if that team doesn't make the playoffs, Shane's out. I feel like the only way they get a chance to get to the playoffs is to bring somebody in who's kind of been there, done that, and can get the team under control because it's a young team. Like
Yeah,
the star pieces are young, so they need somebody who's kind of been around the bend a couple times and can keep them on the right path. And Harbaugh is the
Harbaugh is definitely the best guy for me.
has seen some shit in Philly, like, in
Yeah,
both.
he's definitely the best candidate.
Yeah, so I would go
I'm
out if I were
only
the Giants. Fuck what Shane wants. I mean, I'm not saying give Harbaugh like it's any real reign, but of course, give him a say in the construction because he's going
hmm
to want his players. But Shane's on the way out. Shane's lame duck right now. Really lame duck. Even if they make the playoffs, to me, he should be gone. It's time to make that damn move too. But Giants need Harbaugh because the PJF they need Harbaugh. They need that leadership. They need that maturity in the room. That's what they need. And to me, that's why they just need a good, solid coach, and a good, solid coach can get them to that fifth, sixth, or seventh. And that's really the best you can expect with the Eagles dominating division they are, the way they are. They can lay claim to that spot. They can at least be competing for that spot. Competent coach. Granted, they're not a playoff team next year unless they go out and actually go make some moves that fix their glaring ass weaknesses. So But I'm just saying, to me, the best opportunities for a head coach is in New York or Possibly Atlanta.
I think the best places are New York, Miami. The best. I feel like the best place that I would go to where like is best for you in your division.
Mm,
I would go Tennessee
mm.
because I don't have any faith in anybody in Tennessee. I feel like the Jaguars kind of got they just
Yeah,
fluking. The Jaguars are fluking it. They're flukes this year. I don't know what the hell how that shit happened.
that's how it looks this year. There's a lot of those happy to be here teams.
So I would say Tennessee. I mean anybody
Mm.
can win it there. But if you want to talk about like a team that you can jump in and probably go to the playoffs with, I would say Miami, New York, and depending on what happens in Baltimore with Lamar.
So you're keeping Tua?
No. I wouldn't keep Tua, but there's some weapons there.
Yeah,
Tua, you know damn well how I feel about Tua. You know
Tua's
I want Tua to retire.
Tyreek's old and busted up, so and expensive. So like that's big cap space decisions right there.
The reason why Miami is always going to be a good option because it's Miami.
Yeah, it's always a good free agency place.
Yeah, I don't know anybody that's going to be like, I'll go to Miami.
I mean,
I'll go to
Atlanta,
Miami.
you know where the stars are. They got that rook, that young little pass rusher. They got like 10.5 sacks. You got Pitts, whatever. Next year, he's poised to get 6 touchdowns at least. You got Bijan. You got Penix, who looked decent. So, I mean, there's pieces there. That's the same as the Giants. There's something there, maybe, if you get the right coach and get a handle on it. The Browns are the Browns. There's no hope there. The
Yeah,
Titans, I just feel like need a lot. They need a lot. And the Cardinals, you got an overpriced quarterback just like you do in Miami that you need to make a decision about because he's just not doing it for you. Vegas is Vegas. They're just not going to be anything ever. They're like,
the biggest mistake they did make was move to Vegas. That
well,
was such a bad decision.
yeah. I mean, yeah, it seems like all these teams that move to Vegas, it's complicated. It's always a bunch of complications involved. A lot of nonsense, like the Sacramento Athletics, as they are. I believe they're being called right now. They may just be known as the Athletics. They can't get a patent to be the Las Vegas Athletics because it's the Las Vegas Athletics. Like Vegas Athletics, you can't use that. There's like
Yeah,
a gym. There's probably all sorts of things with that on it. So you
yeah.
can't use that. So they can't even use their actual damn name.
I would change the fucking name.
Yeah.
Ew.
I
It's
don't know
not even
why
a
I just
fun.
brought that up. I guess I just lost track of the
No,
conversation.
I get it. It didn't. I didn't question it.
Hmm.
It was just a bad decision to move to Vegas because not because I don't think Vegas is a good market, but
It's not a great one.
your ass.
Yeah.
I would have sent the fucking Chargers to fucking Vegas or fucking the freaking Saints. Same thing to leave New Orleans. I'm just gonna say that right
Oh
now.
God, yeah. Now you see, now you trolling. Now you trolling them. They're gonna kill you for that.
The
They
Saints need
hate
to
you.
leave New Orleans. I'm sorry. I'm
They hate you.
sorry.
Get you. Hmm. He
I'm
said it, y'all.
sorry.
Not me. Y'all want his email? I'll give you his email. Come see me after the show.
I have a couple emails, so you can
Yeah.
email me. You just gotta tell me which one.
I don't know which one. I don't know which one I got. Whichever one is turned into Netflix. So. All right. So we covered the bottom of the barrel. All right, let me go find these teams. And let's go cover the top of the barrel. Who are the tried and true? Who are the actual teams that can win the ring? That can get the ring. Who are the teams that can actually do it
The Rams,
out of these playoff teams?
the Rams, and
Okay.
like right now, as a Philadelphia Eagles fan, the only team that I'm really afraid of is the Rams because you were gonna ask the best QB in football
Yes, I am.
that question, huh?
Yes, I am at some point. Unless you can do it now.
I'm
It's
gonna
probably
just
gonna
go ahead and say it while I'm right here. I think it's Matt Stafford right now. Not as far as
no.
like stat, not so much of a stat line, but
Hmm.
he's the only quarterback in the NFL that I'm terrified of when you play against him.
Man,
He terrifies me.
I love the Rams offense.
Like
I don't know
Matt
if I've ever
Stafford
described it,
terrifies
but
me.
I love the Rams offense. I love the way they use those receivers. Like you'll see, like you see
Yeah,
a play they're in motion, like whoa, they just cut through in between the tackle and the guard. Like that's where he just made his damn motion. Like
right.
like whoa, never seen that before.
That team terrifies me. That's the only
Oh,
team. Yeah, like that's the only team right now that I'm really scared of playing
our
against
receivers that
because
like to block. Like come
yeah,
on, man. Like they be putting Jordan
because
Wednesday in the game just cause he's a blocker. Come
yeah.
on. That is a
So
dangerous
that's
weapon.
yeah. So when you say best QB in football right now, like the best QB in football right now, because it's not Pat Mahomes is not Mahomes. I don't know what's going on. He must be having another baby or something. Something's going on. He's
Maybe
not
it
being
never
himself.
was.
He's like a
Maybe it
shell
was
of him.
just maybe we were just caught up in the hype. Big numbers.
Yeah,
I'm sure he's still capable of
but
getting big
Matt,
numbers, but we do overvalue that shit.
I won't even go ahead and say it's Josh Allen because Josh Allen just did the same thing Jalen Hurts did last year. Y'all not about to fucking cheer him on like he's doing something special. Get out my face. It's not Josh Allen. It's Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford is the only person that's like putting up fucking high touchdown pass numbers every fucking year. Don't say it's Dak. It's not Dak because Dak can't get y'all in the playoffs. I don't care. Y'all want to say all y'all want. The Dallas defense sucked. So
People can't
what?
seriously be saying it's Dak with a straight face. Like
S-
nobody's out there
Dak
saying Dak Prescott's
Dak
not
can
that
throw
good.
500 touchdown passes in a season and still not get to the fucking playoffs. Your ass. Your ass. That means you didn't score enough.
I mean,
You
yeah,
didn't score enough. You didn't
it's
outscore
a
the
good
person.
thing because to me it's like it's set up, and I don't even want to say this in my heart because the Rams. It seems like the kind of story with Elway. It seems like the Elway story.
Mhm.
Stafford's going to get his ring and retire. That's going to be the narrative.
Hey, that's the script.
Because you look at these, like I just looked at the ball numbers. First off, he's about to turn 30. He's going to be turning 38 like week of the Super Bowl. But he had
Mm.
46 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. He led the league in yardage and touchdowns. So, and this is in potentially his last year. And all we were talking about before the season started was his damn back. So this is probably his last season. So yeah, the script says possibly the script says, or at least one of the potential rewrites, as you know, them Hollywood people like to do that shit. Rewrite says that the Rams could possibly be the team that wins it all because it's just the perfect story.
Right.
And considering the way that team looks on the field, offensively and defensively, yeah, they scary as hell. Rams scary as hell. So when I asked
Yeah.
B. More Wayne the same question, he said 49ers. He thinks the 49ers are dangerous. I'm sure Mr. James Vegas will love that, but I don't know.
I don't think so.
I
They
just
haven't been.
on the
They
run.
haven't been.
Yeah. And like the 49ers are just one of those tough teams that are probably going to be a hard team to potentially do knock out in the playoffs, but it's definitely possible that the Eagles can beat them. It's not like a stretch of the imagination that the Eagles beat the Niners. That's why it's set up the way it is. Because, you know, and plus the Eagles are just roster wise, health wise, a better team. But we're going to get into that one in a bit. So let me start getting going on the Eagles yet. When I still got to ask you about the biggest surprise turnarounds. And when I say turnarounds, I don't necessarily mean worst to first. I all mean first to worst. Because there are some teams that went from 6 wins last year to 12, like San Fran did this year, or 5 wins last year to 11, like Chicago. There are also teams like the Commanders that went from 12 wins to 7, or Kansas City that went from 15 to 6. And let me just also put out there Jacksonville from 4 wins to 13, and the Patriots went from 4 wins to 14. So, what do you think of those teams, or any other team would be the biggest surprise to you?
Um, honestly, it was Jacksonville's my biggest. And the reason why I say Jacksonville because they had a brand new coach. Now, technically, the Titans had a brand new coach too, but
Bears too.
they definitely did something different. But I feel like the Titans were in a position. I mean, the Patriots were in a position to actually be who they are. They're in their division. That's just a really bad division. Like they really don't. I don't know. It doesn't matter. That was the Chiefs division. I'm sorry.
Yes.
No, it's not. Yeah,
Wait, which team are we discussing here?
the Patriots.
Oh,
I'm
no,
confused right now.
it came
I was
down to
confused.
them and the Bills, if that's what you mean.
Yeah, because I think who the other teams is the Jets
Jets and the Dolphins.
and the Dolphins. Yeah, so I feel like this was always a division that was winnable because if it wasn't the Bills, it was going to be the Patriots because again, it's Tua. I don't trust anything that has anything to do with Tua Tagovailoa. So of course I have
Sorry.
hopes in the Patriots. I actually had confidence in the Patriots. Hate the Patriots, but I would if it wasn't going to be the Bills, it would have been them because I thought Mike McDaniel was a shit coach. I think any coach that has their ankles out is a shit coach. Um,
Any
so
man that
yeah,
any man that has their ankles out, I'm looking at you suspiciously. Like, what the hell?
yeah.
Why are you doing this to yourself? Why are you disrespecting yourself in public? Have some
But
decency.
the Jaguars, for me, it's the Jaguars because I feel like the Jaguars were a good team that didn't know they were a good team.
Huh.
And it took Liam Cohen, the creeper, the biggest creeper of them all, to get him there. Say it.
To ball.
The biggest creeper of them all to get him there. And that is why I feel like, and it's just like everything about the Jaguars was just a massive redemption story.
Oh, look, somebody in a mask is interrupting the Cody Rhodes Drew McIntyre event. Oh, it's Jacob at too? Okay, go
Oh. Um, it was like everybody, everything about the Jacksonville Jaguars season was just a redemption story.
on.
There's like you went from Doug Peterson to Liam Cohen. Doug Peterson, Super Bowl winning coach. Liam Cohen, a verifiable creeper. He just was a cringe. It's like he started off bad. Like
Right.
first press conference, bad. He had to do something to prove himself, and he did it.
Mm.
Then you had Sunshine. Sunshine was starting to look
Hold on, let
real
me just
bad.
say for the record that what he did at the interview was lame, but it was lame because no one explained it to him. He didn't know, and no one told him. It
No
wasn't his
one told him
fault.
to do that either.
No,
He should
that's
have
not a
asked
problem.
somebody.
He should have asked somebody. Yes,
So
he
that's
should have
on
been made
him.
aware of
He
what it
thought
is.
he was trying to be cool. That's cringy as fuck.
Yes.
You mean to tell me you ain't look up the video before you did it? You ain't like, all right. The funny thing is, he probably sat there, watched the YouTube video of somebody else is doing it. Duval. He probably saw somebody do it the wrong way, the right way, and then came on, forgot how to say it, and just still said it any goddamn way.
Yeah.
He started off bad. He had to redeem himself. He redeemed himself. Then the Jacksonville Jaguars. I mean, Trevor Lawrence has been looking like he was trending
Mm.
toward bust, and actually improved. Got the team somewhere. I was happy to see it. I was happy to see Sunshine because I remember when Trevor Lawrence were first coming out, he said some real weird shit. He said, I don't need football. I don't even like football.
I think
I've
the
been finding
system
out a lot
around
of
him
NFL
got
players.
better.
Huh?
I think the system around him got better. I think
Yeah.
there was confidence that the team actually had in itself going into the season because they actually had a coach that wasn't like Doug Peterson or Urban Meyer.
Yeah.
Like this is who they're moving on from. So yeah, maybe this guy's just a coach's player, and that was enough to motivate his team.
A redemption story.
Yeah,
A massive redemption story.
that's all it takes is a coach that believes in his players. Hell, I mean,
And
that's
that's why
all
I
it
like
takes. Takes talent, which they had. They've always had. I mean, they have national championship winning players on that team. So,
so,
I mean, there's always been talent there. There's
yeah.
that
They
was
just
never a
had to
problem.
redeem themselves. They were that a good team that didn't know they were a good team
Yeah, I mean,
until
Trevor Lawrence is just, yeah, I believe the system improved around him and that let him become a better quarterback. Because you
in one
saw
of the
when he was in
shittiest
college
markets.
in the system that he was a great quarterback.
Yeah.
So, what he is good for is just not screwing up. Like he can win, he wins you games. He is a winning quarterback. He just hasn't had a winning system around him, and now he does.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Before we get into the next topic, I wanted to make an announcement. I should have made this announcement a few weeks ago, but Boulevard and myself are in a fantasy league together.
Have your moment.
Hey y'all, guess what? Your boy the champion, y'all. My ring ain't come yet. I bought it. My ring ain't come yet. I got my chip. I'm the fantasy league champion, dog. Y'all know who I beat to get into the finals, to get into the championship game. Then Boulevard. I beat Boulevard to get into the championship game. And the person I was playing in the championship game he was the number one record. He had the number one record. Best players on the team. He had the best team, best rating. He
Tell him what position you were in.
I
So I can
was
make my
sixth.
decision. Yeah.
I was sixth. Won it all, baby. Won it fucking all. My first championship. Proud of myself. Let's do this. I'm proud of myself, man.
You
I
should be.
needed that.
You should be. You won a fantasy football championship. Hell,
And
everybody
mind you,
won
I
it.
just want to point one thing out, everybody. If you're watching, just know this: I didn't pick my team; it was auto drafted.
I thought not. My memory said that that was an auto draft, but
Daniel
no,
Jones
don't
was my
matter now.
quarterback.
You won a championship.
Yeah, who was my quarterback? It was Daniel Jones and Trevor. Okay, so Trevor Lawrence and Daniel Jones, and I had a bunch of fucking bums. It
That's
was a
right.
bum team, and I made no changes the whole year. I was just
That's
like,
right. He won a championship with Daniel Jones and Trevor Lawrence. That did happen. And then they all out there going like, no, your league must suck. Like, no, the hell it don't.
you know, the funny thing was because I did it. It was so funny. I picked up Shador Sanders. He wasn't even a starter yet.
Mm.
I picked up the Shador Sanders. He ended up starting in the third quarter. I think wasn't didn't he? I think he got injured. I think Daniel Jones got injured the same week that Shador came in the game. I don't remember, but I remember picking him up, and I was like, Daniel Jones is hurt, and I'm gonna start Shador next week, and it was a wrap from there.
Mm.
Thank you,
I
ladies and
better
gentlemen.
from this angle or this angle.
It don't matter because you on a curve. So you need a flat back.
Yeah, I hate this chair. I liked it when I got it, but it's time to go. It's
You
time.
need a flat back, not a fat back. Hey. Oh wait, calling Boulevard a big back. All right,
Hey,
let's move on to the next
that,
topic.
does that count? I had bacon this morning. Oh, the
Bacon.
next topic is the Eagles.
The only
Done with
topic
all the
ever.
notes. Now we're on to the Eagles game.
Eagles.
Oh hell
Chicken.
yeah!
Come
All
on,
right.
angry chickens.
Before I go any further, let me just say that the fifth Eagles got a fifth round pick as compensation for the Bryce Huff trade. It could have turned into a fourth if Huff had 8 sacks or more in the season, and he had four. He had 4 sacks on the season. If he had 8, the Eagles would have got a fourth. So he couldn't even do that much right. Bryce Huff couldn't even help us on the way out.
So it was a win.
Yeah, no, it's a loss. Like he could have if he got 8 sacks, Eagles would have got a fourth back. Would have got a fifth.
I mean, we traded for him in the first place. We shouldn't have did that dumb shit.
Yeah, I know. Had he actually done his job, like which he didn't do here, and he didn't do in the team before that, even though he had 10 fucking sacks in one season, we're like, oh yeah, oh this guy's great. When he had what, like 12 sacks a year, 12 tackles. You're like, okay, he's a rotational sacker on a team with actual, defensive linemen and pass rushers that they have to pay attention to. So yeah, it was right there for him. But dude just ain't cut it. Then he went to San Francisco. They were hype about it because hey, he's back with his old coach, and this guy he's going to get back to his old numbers. No, I mean he had it before that potential free agency season he had there. These are about his numbers: 4 sacks. He had 10 that one season, and that was it. Whatever he had 10 overall, I can't remember, but I believe he had 10 sacks one the season before he went into free agency. Dude's a fluke. He's not. He's just a guy, and you can see this because he can't even get San Francisco 8 sacks when it was tailor made for him to get with the opportunity, and he couldn't pull it off. So thanks, Bryce Huff. Thanks for nothing. Signed Howie Roseman. Other thoughts?
Good riddance. Do not give two shits about Bryce fucking Huff.
The best part. San Francisco can get out of the contract after the season without eating any dead money. The ball can be back on the market again. Womp womp. I'm mad. I'm kind of irked about the Bryce Huff thing because to me it was like I knew it was going to be a flop from the damn start. As soon as I
You
actually looked
did.
at
You
his
did.
production, like this dude ain't doing shit. And sure enough, dude ain't doing shit. So had Albert Ainsworth all over a free agency season. I'm going to actually try. So yeah, no, fuck that guy. Oh, all right. Now we're going on to the Eagles game, and I don't really know where to jump in at. So Uh, they're a 3 seed. They're opening the playoffs at home versus San Francisco. Last I should look, they were a 6 point favorite. Lane Johnson, Kobe Dean, Jalen Phillips, and Jalen Carter are all back and practicing for the Eagles, and Trent Williams and Ricky Pearsall missed Wednesday's practice. That's the last I looked. I didn't see how it turned out today. So, yeah, the Eagles are getting healthy at exactly the right time to be getting healthy. And the 49ers or not, even though they've won 6 of their last 7. They're on a roll, especially offensively. They've scored at least 37 points in 3 of their last 4 games. But defensively, they gave up 24 points to Tennessee, 28 to Cleveland, and 38 to Chicago in the last month. And they've only had 6 sacks in the last 4 games. So the defense has not been pulling their weight. And this is the right time for that. So, thoughts?
I honestly, I don't have much faith in the Eagles,
Mm,
and it's basically because they don't play third down. They don't play third quarter football.
mm-hmm.
They don't play fourth quarter football. They don't play second half football, or should I say they don't play 4 quarters of football.
Right.
And any chance for them to get any rhythm, which they should have tried, is another one of those Nick Sirianni making coaching decisions that I don't agree with, where he sat everybody in week 17. Should not have done that. Could have had the second seed. Could have had a better advantage.
Mm.
Anyway, I regress. I
It's all
digress.
relative in this one because you just would have been a different matchup, and like that's the only thing that would have changed. So it would have went from who would have went from? It would have been from what? Shit! Come on, man! Don't do this to me. All right, it would have went from we were 2-2, so we would have ended up playing the Packers, or we
Mm,
end up playing the 49ers. It's kind of a pick your poison. It's not a guarantee either way.
yeah, yeah.
That's why it's the playoffs. Yeah, you just got to beat the team in front of you. You did nothing you did back then matters. Nothing you did last week matters at this point. Now you just got to focus on what's in front of you, and that's San Francisco.
It's just one of those situations where I'm just like, you want to win every game you can,
Yeah,
like because
but I mean, remember last season they benched Barkley and they benched a lot of players at the same point. Yeah, I mean you had it locked in, but I personally was kind of irked by that because I wanted Barkley to go for the record. But
I
this
wanted
season,
Berkeley.
oh, you could get the 2 seeds. Like, okay, and pick your poison. Doesn't really matter that much, especially if the other side gets an upset. I mean, otherwise you're still probably going to have a home field until the conference championship. So no real worries. Like, there's no real worries in the second round. So, but oh shit, I'm talking like we ain't recording. My bad. Anyway, the Niners have been eighth worst against the pass, but 11th worst against the run. I don't really know. I don't know. I don't see where. I mean, maybe James Vegas would have had an opinion on it, but I ain't really bothered to call him about it. And he'd probably say something like, "We got Ricky Pearsall. We got Christian McCaffrey, and Christian McCaffrey would probably be the one that we need to worry about more than any of those
Hmm.
receivers or or Brock Purdy. Even we'd have to really worry about containing Christian McCaffrey. He's basically the pendulum that the whole team swings around, and that's the key to stopping him. Basically, I'm sure we have the pieces to contain Christian McCaffrey. I'm sure they got ways to get him open, but the defense is solid, and they'll get their plays in. They'll have their moments, but I believe the Eagles' defense is strong enough to can handle what they're throwing.
If the
Now,
Eagles can make it back to the Super Bowl, I will shut the fuck up about Kevin. I mean, what's his name? I was getting ready to call Patulo Kevin Stefanski.
now, I will
Jesus.
say this: the Eagles' offense, the way they play, you cannot necessarily guarantee 20 points. That's an
That's the
issue
problem.
at this point.
That's the problem.
Because as it gets deeper into winter, the run game is going to become more viable, more important. And the way the line's been blocking, even at what we would know as full strength, with all the pieces in place, still hasn't been great. Now we the yard per carry needs to go up like another yard at this point because it's the playoffs. Sure, he got better towards the end, but now it needs to go up another level. And I'm not sure that the line we have the pieces in place right now, the way they've been playing, to go up another level.
No.
Because the Eagles, the defense has been playing great. I'm sure that won't change. But the offense needs to really get down to, like, say, clock control or at least clock management, holding on to the ball, keeping it out of the other team's hands, and scoring as much as possible, obviously. You have the defense that can keep the other side, keep the side off the field or limit what they can do. But the Eagles need to hold up their end offensively. Saquon and that line need to. We need to look at close. We need to start looking like last year when it comes to the run game. Like we need
Yes.
Saquon to be getting like 150 at this point. You can't. There's no real room for error with the way the offense has been scoring. There's not enough room for error. So it's been better, but it needs to be a lot better because this is the playoffs and the 49ers can score. So banking on the fact that the defense can probably contain 49ers for the most part, but they've been putting up big big numbers on the scoreboard. So there's always that threat. So all the Eagles need to get points on the board because the
Yes.
49ers can score. So the Eagles need to get points on the board. They need that run game to keep the 49ers offense off the field. That's how the Eagles win. Defense and clock control. Defense and holding on to the ball. Basically, the Eagles need to pull a pile up first downs, which they have not necessarily shown the ability to do as far as I've seen anyway. Like some days it's good, some plays is good, some quarters it's good. But that second half, we have to control the clock. We have to control the ball. We have to keep them on the field. We can't let them be scoring, getting back into the game like we've seen teams do over the course of the season against Philly. We can't have that happen here. We can't let up. There can't be plays off. There can't be people getting into their damn feelings. None of that shit can be happening now. It's the playoffs. You're the defending champions. It's now the time to go into championship mode. You've already done it. You know what it is. So they have to go do it. San Francisco has a few weak spots. San Francisco has places where they can be beaten. The Eagles have the players, the pieces to do that. If Patulo can get on his fucking shit and get on his shit, get on the ball. I mean, we've seen what they can do when he's actually on point with his play calling. We've seen what they can do. We need that Patulo because Patulo needs to show that he should have the ability. He has the ability himself to call the right plays to keep us in the right position to score because it's the playoffs and not only is his job on the line, but his future career opportunities are on the line here. Because if Patulo shows something, shows a keen ability to make the right play calls and the right put us in the right positions, he could be the next coach in Arizona or some shit. So we all need Patulo to do well for that very reason. Because if Patulo does well, we don't have Patulo anymore. Like remember how much we hated Jonathan Gannon? Remember how happy we were when he was gone? Same thing. Same thing. We just need Patulo to be like Gannon and go away. So let's help him go away. Patulo needs to make the right play calls. The run game needs to be on point. The line needs to block. Jalen Hurts, just keep doing what you've been doing outside of that one game. And the defense, thank God for the defense. I'm sorry, go on. Talk your shit. I'm rambling.
Oh no, you right. You right. I agree with what you just said. They got to score points. If they can't score points, they lose.
Yeah,
And that's the name of the game. Like you got to put points on the board. You can't rely on the defense to do everything. Because at the end of the day, if the 49ers come out there and put up 14 points, the kicker hasn't been making field goals.
right,
They haven't been making field goals. The offense hasn't been moving down the field so many 3-and-outs.
right.
If you can't get that running game going and you can't get that passing game going, or you can't get first downs because all the fucking routes are hitch routes,
Mm-hmm.
which they are the number one. They have the most hitch routes of the whole league, which is
Right.
insane. If that's all you're gonna do, you come away with 10 points. I mean, you come away, you score 7, but you get in positions to kick four field goals. You make none of them. Guess what? You lose. So they got to score points. They got to score touchdowns. The run game has to go going. They got to move down the field, and if they don't do that, it's a wreck. It's a game over for them.
Right.
Like,
Their last actual playoff team they played, they only scored 12 points against them and they lost.
mhm.
That can't be the case. We can't do that again. It can't be the Buffalo Bills. Had no business losing that game. Have no business losing this game.
We beat the Bills. Didn't we beat the Bills?
Yes.
We beat the Bills.
Yeah. Beat them 13-12. It just can't be
Same.
that again. Can't be
It
no damn.
cannot.
Can't be no damn 13 points in the game. Full game. No. Can't be. Can't do that. Unacceptable. So
Agreed.
yeah. Especially since you consider that what was the number? Washington. I mean, San Francisco's been averaging 37 points in 3 of their last 4 games. If they put up that much in Philly, Philly loses. Philly
Yeah.
can't score 37 points. Like, let's see. Let me go back again and look at this. Let me go look at this. When's the last time Philly scored 37 points this season? The last time Philly scored 37 points this season was that week 5 against the Giants. So yeah, I don't believe that they can't let that happen. So that's what I'm saying. Philly's defense has to do what they do best, but the offense, run game especially, needs to step up. And like you said, those damn hitch routes, we need a lot more of them damn crossing routes because that they're probably not scheming for crossing routes. They're probably scheming for those bullshit hitch routes that we just got by the dozens. And not the crossing routes that the Eagles, what, league lowest when it comes to
Mm-hmm.
running crossing routes? Yeah. See, that can't work. That's, you have to sprinkle a little bit of everything in there. Keep defense on their toes. When you're limiting yourself, you're maximizing the way the defense can defend you. So let's not be stupid this week about
I agree.
it. I'm sorry, I've been talking too much on this one. So, you got anything further to commit? You got a score?
Yeah, like I said, Eagles can win. I think Eagles will win.
Eagles will win. Yeah.
17-20. Eagles win. 17-20,
Mm,
17.
okay. I didn't bother to go look up the over unders or anything, so I'm gonna just say over under Christian McCaffrey 160 total scrimmage yards.
Under.
How much under?
I think he gets 120 total yards.
Okay. With 60-60.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Because
Okay.
he's not going to run the ball. He's not going to get that. Eagles are going to stop that run. They'll
Yeah.
figure that shit out.
Right.
I'd be more worried about whoever they got matching up with Adoree Jackson. Mind you, Adoree Jackson has been doing right there in the middle.
Yeah. He has his moments.
Yeah.
He has his moments where he's
He'll,
nice. He has his moments where he's shit.
yeah. I he Adoree Jackson is like that guy is like if a cornerback's there, I'm taking him in a draft.
Mm.
Like if a cornerback is there, I'm taking him in the draft. But he's also not somebody I don't know.
He's easily replaceable.
Yeah.
Well, not easily, but you can find a starting caliber corner out there. You can
It
go
won't be
make.
Jacorian Bennett or Keely Ringo. I'll tell
No,
you that.
they've already proven it. Next man up. We can move on past them as soon as possible.
Mac McWilliams.
Well, that is actually one of the topics I was thinking about talking about here. I mean, we're only at an hour 10, so I don't know. I guess I could go bring up that. But let me see. What else do we have? What else do we have on here? What else do we have to cover? Oh yeah, let me ask you this: with the Eagles opening at San Francisco and looking at the playoff teams compared to last season, do you think their road to the Super Bowl is easier?
Yes. And the reason why, I think the reason why I want to look at it myself and look at that playoff tree myself, but there is a reason why I think that it is. 1 second, let me get it up.
Uh,
Now, the reason why I say that the Eagles' road to the playoffs is easier is because I'm pretty sure. Let me go back to the schedule. Because I gotta do it. I have to do this for my sanity.
hmm.
Give me. Bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. Bear with me. So
Turn my
they're
awful
scheduled to play
Zoom
the
in.
49ers. I'm pretty sure they beat the Niners the last two times they played them over the past two seasons. Like, I'm pretty sure the past few times they played the 49ers, they beat them. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, I'll own it. I will own that shit. Now, looking at the teams that they're looking at the playoff tree, the playoff bracket, gonna look at it. You got LA and Carolina. Eagles have beaten LA with this organization, with this shitty offense. They've beaten LA. Um, if Carolina happens to beat LA, if Eagles had to play Carolina, they can beat them. They've beaten Green Bay. They can beat Chicago. They can beat Chicago. They can beat San Fran. I feel like this is a lot easier than what they had to play with last year. A lot easier compared just because not because any of these teams are bad, but because most of these teams are struggling with themselves. Last year's playoff bracket, if I can get that, if I can look at what last year, um, one second. I'm bringing it up. I'm going to look at that last year's playoff bracket if I can find it.
Yeah.
So last year's playoff bracket, the teams had way better records. Way better records.
Mm.
Just a lot better of a team, or just a whole lot better teams here last
Yeah, it was a
season.
lot more top heavy this season.
Yeah. This season, what was it? The best team has a like Seattle's just like hands down games ahead of whoever they're playing. So I feel like everybody else is just even. Last year, you had teams that were just like Detroit. Um, it's just a whole different type of ball you had here. So I kind of confused myself because I had to keep flipping through screens. Um, I feel like this is a lot easier to where any team, any one of these teams could win because the competition. None of these teams are like fucking juggernauts.
Right.
None of them are juggernauts. Last year, fucking Lions were a team that I didn't think could be beat. They should have. The Lions should have went all the way there.
Yeah.
Now Seattle. Now here's the thing about Seattle. I am not that impressed by Seattle.
No, no. That's a fair way to look at it because you don't really. What's to be impressed with?
Yeah, exactly. So
So yeah, they have. I mean, their run game is nice enough, but their
in
play,
Jacksonville, it was good, but
their
I feel like
defense was solid. They have a solid. I mean, they have a defensive coach who puts the defense in the right position, but
it's just
it's
something
still not
about them.
beatable. Yeah. Because, I mean, yeah. We were talking me and B More Wayne were talking about it. It's like fluke. Same as a
Mm-hmm.
fluke. Like they're a fluke. The Jags are a fluke. My personal opinion is that the Bills are a fluke, but that's just my opinion. The Bears are a fluke. There's the Panthers obviously are a joke. Loose. They don't even have a winning record.
Fuck did that
So yeah,
happen?
right. So it's pretty damn up in the air for a lot of this. Especially when you compare it to last year's playoffs, those teams just felt stronger. So that's why I think the road is easier this year, even though they were a 1 seed last year. But whatever. Anyway, that was just a side question.
Okay.
And this one is as well. So we got some free agencies. Players going to go into free agency after the season. Who can we actually stand to lose? I'm going to zoom in because on you because I'm going to be snacking over here. Nobody want to see that shit. It gets ugly.
All right. Honestly, if you're gonna lose somebody on this team, it's the Kobe Dean because you have Jahad Campbell. I mean, I
Mm,
like N'Kobe Dean, but you have Jahad Campbell. You only run two linebackers. You have Jahad Campbell. You had Shmael Munden. You have Jeremiah Trotter Jr. You
mm,
don't really need much else. Like, there's no reason for you to spend that money to because it's gonna be big money. Like not big money, but
mm-hmm.
big money. You're gonna have
Oh,
to spend
somebody's
money.
going to overspend on them. Somebody's going to
Yeah.
overpay on them.
So there's no point in even investing in a bidding war. Just rock out. Just rock out with
Right.
what you got. Let
It's
Jahad
what
Campbell cook.
it's what you brought all these linebackers in for anyway.
Exactly.
Between him
Just let
and
him. Just
Smale and Trotter
yeah,
Jr.
yeah. Just rock out. It's like, what's the point of like you lose one linebacker, you still have four. You only run two linebackers. You only run them. Only two. You only run two linebackers
Right.
because you run two mics and the rest are edges.
Yeah.
Like neither. So run with Jihad, run with Bond. Those are your guys. Let it go. If you got to do rotation, rotate Jeremiah and Smile Monday. That's what you got to do.
Right.
There's no point in doing anything else. You don't need to bring anybody else in. Now, who you can afford to lose, and I know we both said it. We don't want like we could probably let him go. Obviously, we can't. Reed Blankenship, you got to bring him back. You got to bring Reed
He's the one
Blankenship.
I absolutely think somebody's going to overpay for, and they're going to
He is.
regret it.
He's going to be overpaid for. I don't think he's like somebody that I would like. He's not somebody I feel like, damn, I would spend a lot of money for him.
Mhm.
But like if Sid Brown was good, I would
Oh
say
man.
if Sid Brown was good, I would say let Reed walk.
Right.
But he's not. Andrew Makuba, he's not that impressive, but he's good enough to where I can put him with Reed Blankenship. I'm not letting Reed Blankenship go. So that's how I look at that.
Mm.
On offense, whoever's contract's up, they can just fucking walk.
Goddard.
He can walk.
Okay. Okay.
Like, because you got a shitty tight end situation. You're in a shitty tight end situation. But Goddard is on the older side. You got to go out and try to get somebody young.
Mhm.
Shit, you got to do something. Like, elevate grandson or try to get fucking Okonkwo. I mean, not Okon. Well, I mean, try to get Okonkwo from Tennessee. He's not going to fetch
Why
big
not?
money. Yeah. Or fucking try to get Njoku. I mean,
And Joku is definitely going to be available.
yeah. It's not like he's gonna be in free agency. I don't think he's gonna be a free agent. I think he's just you can get him in a trade. Cleveland Browns are gonna want to shop. They're gonna shop him because they want draft picks. They're a rebuilding team.
And they got
Whoever's the new
Fanning.
coach, yeah, yeah, they got Fanning. They're gonna be definitely do
Mhm.
it. I would go after fucking Njoku, bring him to Philly. See what else you
So,
can get. I would even
let's
go as
see.
far as be like, hey, Cleveland, what Denzel Ward looking like? What you want?
Oh, oh, they're going to want
Because
one.
they want picks. They want picks.
They're
Philadelphia's
going to want
got them.
one for Gabe.
And
They're
here's the
definitely
thing.
going to want one for Ward.
Here's the reason why, as a Philadelphia Eagles fan, where I would say I would go ahead and shop my first round picks. I'm gonna tell you why I would shop my first round picks if I was Philadelphia. Because you're not going to be picking very high anytime soon. Philadelphia is not going to be picking less than 20 anytime soon. And that's
That's
just
the
my
hope.
personal. Yeah, you would hope. But like because if Jalen Hurts is healthy, they're not going to pick under 20. That's just how I look at it. If people they stay healthy, they're not picking under 20. I would leverage my first round picks because you can probably fill some of those gaps, and not only fill some of those gaps with like young good talent that you can probably keep yourself in the later part of the round, to where you're probably going to, because that's usually what Philadelphia does anyway. They trade back out of that first round if they're not going to get somebody. They've been doing that a lot, trading back. So why not the fuck trade back now? Trade a first round pick for they're not going to trade a first round pick for Njoku. He's a second pick at his best. I say give him a second, and you'll probably give a second, get 2/3. You're gonna guess what you could probably get a second, or another year a second, and this year a third. That's what I would do. But
Yes, if it sounds like he's playing Madden, it's because in his mind he's playing Madden.
listen, I'm not giving up a first round pick for Njoku.
How about for Denzel Ward?
Yes, because it's Denzel Ward. He's still playing at a high level,
But yeah.
and right now that's what we need. But yeah, but then again, you know who's a free agent? Who's probably going to end up in Philadelphia, because Jahan Dotson will be gone, so that number is going to be available. Number two will be available. Welcome back, Darius Slay. It's only a matter of time.
Yeah, why the hell not? It's just another year older. But what about Jalen Phillips? Bringing him back?
So Jalen Phillips, if I can, oh my God, if I can, I'm doing it. I would even go as far. I would go as far as say I'd get Jalen. Say again. I'm sorry.
You don't get vibes over there like the Bryce Huff trade?
No, not at all, because of way he's performed since he's been there.
Yeah,
He's been a freak. He has been a freaking problem, where Huff was just non-existent.
Not even on the field.
Yeah, he was non-existent. Phillips, from the rip, he didn't even like Huff had a whole offseason with the Eagles. He was at training camp. Freaking Phillips came in after barely much of a practice, and I think he got a sack his first game. So that's not that. I'll bring him back. He gave y'all a boost. J-Lux Hunt, I'm giving him a promotion because he's.
Yeah. I mean, I do feel like we're kind of overstating his numbers, but he did get pressures, and pressures eventually become sacks. J-Lux Hunt.
Yeah, like
his numbers didn't really show you how effective he was in limited time.
Yeah, and the thing about J-Lux Hunt is like what is often ignored about him is that he can play in space as an edge rusher. He can play in space to where like he can defend some of those flat routes, and which is something that Vic Fangio likes to do. And that's what I liked about J-Lux Hunt. I think he almost had. I think he had an interception this year.
He did.
And I think he almost had a second one.
I believe he. If I'm not mistaken, I saw somewhere he led the team in interceptions and sacks. J-Lux Hunt.
It might have been him, because they were not picking the ball off this year.
No. Yeah. It's crazy considering those weapons that they do have. But, the defense was productive nonetheless. It could have been better, could have had more turnovers, could have had way more sacks. But, they're another year older next season, another year more experience, because there's a lot of young pieces. I still say the future is bright.
Oh, wow. J-Lux Hunt had 6.5 sacks 2 forced fumbles, and 3 picks.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
That's what it
crazy.
was. See, I read the numbers wrong. All right.
That's crazy.
So I'll go down the list. You tell me if they make the team, or if you're bringing them back, or you letting them go.
Okay.
Okay. I said Phillips. So Aziz Ojolari,
No. No.
Dodson,
No. John Dotson's gone.
uh, Uche,
No.
Granson, Kylan Granson,
He'll be that guy that they release and bring back in as a practice squad.
Matt Pryor.
Matt Pryor, he's same boat. He'll get attracted. He'll get practice squatted.
God, I hope not. Same with this guy,
That's where
Fred
he's been
Johnson.
every year for years for them.
I know. I know. It's time to move on from dude, though. That man's in his 30s. It's time to move on. And that's the best you can get out of him. It's
He's
time to move
ass.
on. Yeah.
Matt Pryor is ass.
That's how I
Ass.
feel about this next guy, Fred Johnson. You keeping him or you dropping him?
They're gonna drop him, but they're gonna bring him back. It's just what they do with him.
I roll.
Ugh.
I'd be forgetting this guy's on the team. AJ Dillon.
Oh, he's gone. Take Bibsky. Because they're not letting go. They're not letting Shipley go. So they're gonna go Shipley, Bigsby, Saquon. No, Saquon, Bigsby, Shipley. Shipley might even be gone. To be honest, they might ship Shipley.
I'd show Shipley the door. He has not been productive enough.
Hmm.
Maybe he just needed a couple years to get stronger. Who knows?
Or maybe his ass need to gain some weight and play fullback.
Yeah, that's a stretch. That does not play into his skill set at all.
He
He's
don't
supposed
got
to
a
be.
skill set.
I know he's supposed to be like this guy who's good at catching the ball in space out of the backfield, but where is that? Because even the thing he's supposed to be good at, he don't even seem to be that good at that. He don't seem to be anything special.
Listen, moving to fullback
Moving to another team.
or that. Either one works.
Akaranko.
Who?
Akaranquo. Akarakwo.
Oh, he's going.
Brett Toth.
They'll probably keep him.
Why?
I don't know.
Ben Van Sumeren, our part-time fullback, part-time linebacker.
They're gonna
Full-time
let him
linebacker.
go. They're gonna let him go unless they're gonna keep him as a special teamer. Because Cameron Latu locked that fullback position down.
He's restricted and cheap.
I mean, they might keep him. They might keep him. I don't see no reason why either one. You can rock out with either one. Keep both of them. Let Cam Sumer, they do it.
Another one of them players nobody ever thinks about. Sam Howell. He's
The
only
quarterback,
25. Yeah.
yeah, I keep him because Tanner McKee kind of exposed himself.
Mm.
See,
I think
this is
people
what
are a little too hype on Tanner McGee.
this is what I feel like Nick Sirianni's a dumbass because Tanner McKee could have got y'all a nice high pick. There's no way I'm putting his ass out there because if you fuck around and expose his dumb ass, you fuck around like let's for example, you play Sam Howell instead of Tanner McKee last game of the season. We know nothing about nobody's reaching for Sam Howell. Nobody's reaching for Sam Howell. People are gonna reach for Tanner McKee because of how he did in the preseason and last year. They're gonna reach for him because they think that man is good. Week 17, nope.
Hmm.
We don't think he's good no more.
Hey, limited pieces on the field too. Like it's not like he was playing with the full strength team. But yeah, that was not a great performance on his part. He should here. That was his opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
And he
And
went out there and let's say, just looking at stats right here, 21 of 42, 41, and a pick and an interception, a pick and a touchdown. Say he went 31 of 40 and for 280, just 280, and
Mm-hmm.
another touchdown. Same sack, same interception. Yeah, people will be calling offering like a third or a fourth for him
Yeah.
in a draft. Now he's got to go back through the cycle again. He's got to go through camp with Philly. He's got to go through preseason in Philly. So it's just another year off his career. And but I don't see them ditching him or anything like that
I don't think
because
they're gonna ditch him, but
like, he's
this was
and
the
he
opportunity.
didn't he wasn't god awful in that game.
No,
He
but what
wasn't the
I'm
only one. I should say he wasn't the only one that was god awful in that game.
no.
That was
But what I'm saying is, like, let's say, right? Let's say you got this piece that people are really high on, right? There is no upside to Kenner McKee playing in in that game. There was no upside to it. Like I felt like there was no
oh,
upside to it. Y'all didn't need to win. You didn't need to lose. There was no upside to that game. I would say you didn't need to win the game. So there was no upside. And that's just me thinking from a GM standpoint. I'm
so
looking at
feel
it
like
like
hindsight, but okay.
whatever. Like there's no reason for me to go out there and risk a potential pick because as soon as this season's over, somebody's calling his name,
Mhm.
calling for him. Somebody's calling for him. Now you just put him out there and expose him. That's like a quarterback who's really slow but looks fast. Not you saying like, oh, let me throw like, oh yeah, people thinks he's quick for a quarterback, so I'm gonna send him out to the fucking combine. I'm gonna go to the combine. No, you don't do that. You don't go out there and perform and fuck up your tape. Now people gonna think that you slow now. You don't do that, and that's how I
Right.
look at it with that. Like, don't put it out there because you might fucking expose something and now you lose. You lose something. That's what. That's
Yeah.
my. That's my take on it.
Oh, they lost a round. He still feel like he showed enough that some team with a spot wouldn't be the worst move. I mean, it's not like he was out there looking like Dylan Gabriel. So it could have been worse. I feel like for what the situation he was put in, that's about what I would have expected. I wouldn't have expected them to hit 30 points with Tanner McKee.
I wasn't expecting them to put him out there with fucking Kevin Patullo.
Mm.
This is a shitty situation all the way around.
Go on. What do you mean? What do you mean it's a shitty
Kevin
situation?
Patullo.
Oh,
Kevin Patullo. It's a shitty
oh,
situation all the way around.
yeah. Well, hopefully that gets fixed after the season. It's definitely too late now. It was probably too late when we were all talking about making the change, like the QB coach and all of that. And realistically, the QB coach may be our OC next year.
I don't
Like,
think Jalen Hurts likes him.
I haven't heard much about their relationship.
I seen a video where, uh, and that was crazy. I think I sent it to you. But they were in the quarterback room. It was McKee, Howell, Jalen Hurts, and Leffler. And Leffler was just talking and throwing out f bombs, and Jalen Hurts responded to him. And the way Jalen Hurts responded to him was like, "Oh, that's a response you get. Like, I'm black, you black. You know how black people talk if they don't like you."
Uh huh.
He responded with, "Well, man, that's what I didn't hear the words, but that's what Jalen Hurts said." Because I think Leffler was saying, "Oh, you gotta put points or something like that." And Jalen Hurts responded with, and it was just like after that, you hear Sam Howell and Tanner McKee. They're not laughing. They're just like they don't want to be in the room. So
All right. Well, that's a good segue as any into our next question, which is to feed off of which players we could stand to lose in free agency. Next time around, we'll talk about cutting players. Now we're going to talk about which staff members we could afford to lose, which of the Eagles coaching staff we can we can potentially lose or
all
would.
right, give me a
So
second.
Okay.
Are you going to go down the list, or do
I
I
am
have
going to
to?
go down the list.
Okay, fine.
Okay. All right. Obviously, Fangio's not going anywhere. Not to go coach another team anyway. So, Michael Clay probably not going anywhere either. How do you feel about Michael Clay? Could he be another Harbaugh?
Michael Clay, I don't feel like he's going to be a head coach somewhere, but I'd keep him because he's effective enough. He's been teaching them big boys how to block field goals,
Mm-hmm.
apparently.
Yeah. He's got Jalen Carter looking like a star on field goals. Like,
And I don't really think you can blame I don't think you can blame Legatron missing kicks on Michael Clay. Legatron is just missing kicks.
right. Okay. So you don't see Clay going anywhere after the
No,
season?
no.
Nobody's calling him. Huh.
I mean,
All
why not?
right. How about running backs slash assistant head coach Jamal Singleton? I mean, he's a name that's floating around.
I'd let him go. I'd let him walk. And the reason why is because he was supposed to have developed Will Shipley, and he's seen nothing from Will Shipley since he's been here. What was that guy named? Kenny Gainwell
Mm-hmm.
was here with him, and he did nothing with Gainwell. Gainwell went elsewhere and started to shine, so that's a problem.
I'd rather have Gainwell back over what we got out of Shipley.
Exactly. So that means Singleton's like again. I don't give you any credit for what your star running back is doing because your star running back was a star running back before he was a
Mm-hmm.
star running back with you. He
Right.
was Saquon was him before he got to Philly.
Right.
You just gave him extra fucking gunpowder to shoot his bullet.
Mm-hmm.
So Jamel Singleton is not somebody I'm too worried about keeping around.
Okay.
Just fucking bring Deuce back.
Sacrificable. How about Parks Frazier, the passing game coordinator, or one of the passing game coordinators?
The passing game was ass. So to the fucking Lou.
And the answer was a drop off. A lot of that was in the play calling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess he would have had a hand in as the passing game coordinator. So yeah.
That's what they said last year. They said because Patullo was the pass game coordinator last year under fucking Kellen Moore.
Mm,
They said that Kellen Moore was OCA and Kevin Patullo was OCB. That's what they said. That's what the
mm,
players said. They
okay.
said Kevin Patullo was offensive coordinator number 2. That's
Huh.
what they said. So that means that they probably go with the same mentality over here. So
Okay.
Parks Frazier to the fucking Lou. If you let Tatulo go, Parks Frazier got to go too.
Okay. According to this, it says Christian Parker is the passing game coordinator, along with the defensive backs coordinator,
Oh,
along with Parks Frazier. So they have two passing game coordinators, whatever that's worth.
I don't know what the fuck that means. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Now Christian Parker is the DB's coach.
Yes.
The guys did. He's working with fucking 2 pieces of gold and a whole lot of dog shit.
Yeah. I mean, kind of
I'd let
disappointed.
him stay.
Ringo's a disappointment. I mean, Adori's obviously a disappointment. Who's the other guy that came in that didn't do shit?
Jacorian Bennett.
Yeah. So I mean, he'll get credit for the two gold pieces of gold that he's got, but yeah, it's a lot like the wide receivers coach.
Yeah.
You just got lucky with the pieces you were dealt. Oh. So you think he can be sacrificed because he's another one that's
That hasn't really developed anybody outside of their stars. Yeah, I would let him go.
he's another
I'd
one
go.
talking about for being a DC somewhere else.
I'd go. Here's something I know people don't probably don't want to hear this name. This name ain't been mentioned in a fucking long time. What that dude Chris Richard at?
Hmm.
Bring
Where
him,
is
but let him be my DB's coach.
Yeah, where is it? Is he in
I'll bring
Dallas?
him in.
Is he still in Dallas?
Fucking Al Harris. Where the fuck is Al Harris at?
He's the DB for Jacksonville. That's where Chris Richard is. He's DB for Jacksonville, DB's coach. So yeah, he should be getting calls. He should definitely be getting causes. He was on everybody's radar a few years back. What happened?
Yeah, he was a head coach candidate. Fell off
Yeah.
because nobody hired him as a head coach. He got fired as the DB's coach in Dallas. Fucking disappeared.
Right. Well, okay. Yeah, somebody there needs to give dude a call. If you want a defensive coach, or at least a coordinator, hell, he's out there. He's done it before. He's proven he can do it. All of them.
Mm-hmm.
Clint Hurt.
No,
No, me, I agree. I don't want to lose, dude.
yeah, he's like stout. It's like you see some issue, but I'm not really ready to say. It's like and it was like when Deuce was here. It was like the running backs wasn't crazy good, but it's just like there was something I knew that if he walked, there was going to be something missing,
Hmm.
and there was something missing when Deuce left.
Yeah. I mean, he just seems like an Eagles lifer.
Yeah,
We can keep that man here for years. Don't let him go. Plus, I'm just a fan of his overall. Obviously, Stoutland ain't going nowhere.
yeah.
I'd give
I,
Stout more money than I'd give Sirianni at this point. That's how I feel about him. Run game coordinator / offensive line. Okay, so how about the cornerbacks coach Roy Anderson? Roy Anderson.
who
He's the cornerbacks coach.
he can go? I'm cleaning fucking house
Why?
because it's like when it comes to position coaches, if I'm not seeing development from the where you need to, because there's no reason for me to be having this like if Keely Ringo, like you haven't developed Keely Ringo at all.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't develop fucking Eli Ricks.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that's a problem
Mm-hmm.
because these guys have been in the league a little while, so they should have had some type of development. And fucking Kilo Ringo's just a massive disappointment. Somebody's got to be responsible for that.
I wouldn't consider Ringo a disappointment. I didn't expect much out of him. Like he peaked his freshman year of college.
Yeah,
Like, he
maybe,
was
but
there with the
there's still no development.
potential
It's like they
player.
forgot how to develop him. That's the problem. There's no development. Like you're a cornerback. Yeah, he's probably an effective enough fucking special teamer, but he's a fucking cornerback. Develop the cornerback. He should
Bro, he
not.
was like an
His only
All
development.
American or something his freshman year in college as a cornerback at LSU, facing
He reminds me of
SEC
Martellus
competition.
Bryant.
By the freshman year, he wasn't even starting sophomore year. Pretty much, he lost his spot. It was an effort thing. It was an injury thing. I do not know, but that man fell off a cliff after his freshman year. The only reason he was drafted is because of the potential he showed his freshman year. If you could get him back to that. But to me, it's like you can't expect a disappointment about a guy who peaked 3 years earlier. And that's why I didn't expect much out of Ringo. And anything he did show would have been just a slight bonus compared to all the negative he would bring.
Right.
I don't know if it was effort or what. I don't know. But the man's peaked freshman year. And he lost his spot after that. So I'm going to speed these up because there's a lot more to go. You ready?
All right. I won't explain.
Huh?
Go
Oh,
ahead.
you can
Say
expand
again.
all you want. You can expand all you want. I'm just Joe Casper. Safeties
What
coach.
position?
Safeties coach.
I I'd keep him
Okay.
because he developed Reed. I don't know if he developed Reed. I don't know
He
because
probably
I don't
would
know how
have
long he's
had
on
some
the team.
hand in it. He
Yeah.
looked young as a motherfucker though. But he would have
Yeah.
had some hand in Reed. He would have had some hand in Sid and Makuba, especially. Especially, yeah. There you go, Makuba.
I'd keep him.
I mean, Makuba seems to look capable. Somebody that we can probably rely on next season to get a lot more time, possibly even a full time starter. All right. Bobby
I'll
King.
say this about the safeties.
Mm-hmm.
They need to use Sid Brown more as a box safety.
Mm.
I'm done. with that one.
Eat the box safety. All right, Bobby King, inside linebackers coach.
Keep him.
Yeah, I mean Trotter had looked a little solid at the end of that game last week. I liked what I saw out of Trotter Jr. Okay, your boy and your favorite potential pick for OC, Scott Leffler, quarterbacks coach.
I let him go.
Scott Leffler.
You did forget somebody, but I'm gonna wait.
I haven't
I
forgotten. I'm
met.
still going down the list.
Oh my
He's
bad.
one I'm
Yeah,
always been looking at.
I'm not. I'm not convinced on the floor after seeing the video where him and Hurts don't really get along. It's a problem. The quarterback's coaching. The quarterback should not be at button heads.
You said I forgot one. I still got 12 more to go.
All right, let's go. Keep going.
Tight ends coach Jason Michael.
Let him go.
Okay, here we go. This is who you were waiting for. Wide receivers coach
Fire him.
Bam Margera. Steve Aaron Moorhead. That is an ugly motherfucker.
Let him
Aaron
go. He looked
Moorhead.
like a fat Pete Davidson.
God damn, that's an ugly dude. All right.
Let him go.
Jeremiah Washburn, defensive ends, outside linebackers, rushers, basically.
He can stay, but that because he's just been in Philly everywhere. He plays whatever. He coaches whatever position they tell him to.
Mm-hmm.
Like his position's changed every year since he's been there. So he's been there
And in
forever.
Philly for a while too. Yeah,
He's been in there like 20 years.
yeah. Yeah,
He's
you're
been like,
thinking about his dad too. But yeah, dude looked like he's been here a while. He looked like he's seen some shit. Assistant special teams coordinator, Joe Panunzio. Joe Panunzio.
he worked. His dad worked there.
Hmm. Washburn or Panunzio?
Nunzio. His dad worked for the Eagles. He ain't going nowhere.
Okay. Assistant O-line coach, Greg Austin.
That's the dude that they brought in from whatchamacallit. They got play calling experience.
Oh. Yeah, he's not going to be here long. I got a feeling.
He was an offensive line coach somewhere else. He had play calling experience, which is weird.
Hmm.
How did that happen?
Just want to point out, Washburn also has front office experience on top of being, on the field coaching as long as he has.
That's insane.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's just sitting in that lowly spot. It must be on purpose because it don't make sense otherwise. All right, another special teams assistant, Tyler Brown. You may not know who these people are at this point.
No, but
Ronell Williams.
who?
Ronell Williams.
That name sounds familiar.
He
Like I
sounds like
know,
he's related to us.
like yeah, like I know him. That's why I'm saying like that name's both
Yeah,
of me. I know him personally.
he kind of look like the twins. So.
I keep him.
Tyler Yoke, defensive assistant.
Now, any defensive people who don't have an actual position,
Yeah,
I just keep them. There's no reason
all
because
these people are just depth. They're there to watch film and cut tapes.
yeah,
They don't
I
matter.
just let
Nobody.
them stay there because they're not really.
Yeah,
They can't contribute
y'all
much.
can stay in the basement for a couple more seasons. We'll see you when you get promoted. All right, that's done. Anything else? What else do I have? At 1:48 on the clock. All right. I have the teams the Eagles will play against next season. And I'll do my awards another day because they're not finalized. Okay. Eagles 2026 opponents will be in no particular order. The Seahawks, the Rams, the 49ers, the Cardinals, the Jags, the Colts, the Texans, the Titans, the Steelers, the Bears, and the Panthers to go with the Cowboys, Commanders, and Giants
What?
next season. Those are the teams they play next season.
Uh, See, I can't tell you anything because I don't know who we are right now.
Right. Well,
So
that's plenty right there. You don't know who this team is, which is scary considering we play a football game tomorrow, and if we lose, that's the end of the season for us. And you're still at that point in the season that we're now 18 games into the season, and we still have question marks about the team's identity offensively. With Saquon Barkley, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and Jalen Hurts, and Dallas Goddard, this team still struggles to have an identity. How about I propose something for you? Like the tight end, maybe the tight end's really the number one receiver in this offense because a lot of weeks it seems like Goddard's the number one receiver. Maybe that's the core of their offense. Maybe it's not about Devontae and AJ on the boundary. Maybe it's about Dallas Goddard and Saquon Barkley. So a lot of weeks that's what helps us win. Dallas Goddard has been a lot more important to this offense than he's been given credit for. I believe he's got 10 touchdowns.
Yes,
10 touchdowns.
I agree with you.
That may be perhaps where the identity lies. We may be looking at the wrong places for it because we know the talent that they have. But maybe that's the advantage. Because all those other players are so great individually that this guy is the core on his own because he's the pedal that keeps the bike moving, so to speak. Maybe. It's just a theory. It's not like I'm basing it on anything. But you said something about the identity, so just threw out a theorem.
I agree with you because I feel like they without Dallas Goddard, they're missing a lot. They're missing a third receiver without
Mm-hmm.
Dallas Goddard because they haven't been able to find a third receiver.
Right.
Dallas Goddard is crucial to that offense.
Yes.
So, in a sense, yeah, he is a big part of who they are. And it's kind of one of those situations where it's like Dallas Goddard was not supposed to still be in Philadelphia
Right.
because this is not how Philadelphia's offense has worked. It's how that tight end position has worked. Usually, when the tight end gets to this point in their career, because you look at Chad Lewis, when Chad Lewis was on his at this point, it was
Mm-hmm.
L.J. Smith taking over.
Mm-hmm.
L.J. Smith, Brent Selleck,
Mm-hmm.
Dallas Goddard, and they got
Right.
to this point, and now it's Dallas Goddard. It was supposed to be Calcaterra. It was supposed to be what was it? Is it Calcaterra or Calculator? I'm not sure.
Same
Doesn't really
difference.
matter.
Same
Um,
difference. He fucked up the rotation.
he messed up the rotation,
Yeah.
so we had to do something that we don't normally do, and fucking run it back with Dallas Goddard. Probably
Mm-hmm.
gonna have to do the same thing again because you're not. They're not gonna find. They're not getting it because the guy that they wanted went to Cleveland. They wanted Fanning, and they
I
let him
think
go.
everybody. I think we all wanted Fanning in Philly.
When I saw Fanning go off the board, I was highly upset.
Yeah, that one. That one hurt. That one hurt. That would have filled that position perfectly. But then we wouldn't have. We may not have the season that we're getting out of Duke. And he's been valuable. There's no guarantee we'd have got another Fanning, all things considered. But
Hmm.
Goddard is a veteran. He knows his role inside and out, and that's valuable enough. You
I
see how
agree.
he's been Hurts' most reliable receiver for the most part this season. Him and Devontae really, but mostly him. And I feel like that's one of the key things that saved this season offensively has been Dallas Goddard, and he's not getting enough appreciation. So, yeah. And no one will ever see us say that because that is 1 minute and 53 seconds into this episode. That's crazy.
Poor
All right.
Goddard.
You got anything else?
I do not.
All right.
I'm sure my toddler is upstairs like, I want my daddy.
Yeah, I can't imagine we can beat this puppy any harder than we have. So
Hey,
we
we
can
gonna love
wrap it.
about that stuff.
All right. Put
All
this
right,
bad
ladies
boy.
and gentlemen. Thank you for being the ugliest people I've ever looked at in my life. We're gonna wrap this shit up. Good night. I love you all. And hit the bench like the fucking simps that you are. Meow. What?
All right, everybody. Thank you for coming out to check out our show. We'll be back again soon with another episode for you to enjoy. On behalf of GQ and the interns, I'm Boulevard. Peace, love, and